Hi Pisces and Piscean lovers. This reading is for anyone who identifies as a Pisces or is terribly interested in a Pisces energy at this time. I know this is extremely late for a February reading. I imagine that it will really cover most of your season, Pisces. Happy birthday to Piscean suns. I hope you have all been enjoying February so far and the very beginning of your season. The new lunar year 2019, a year of the pig. I hope you all have been enjoying that. Any festivities, if you've been partaking in new lunar year festivities, or Valentine's Day, some of you. So you've got the Seven of Fire and the Six of Fire showing up so far, Pisces. Looks like a lack of being willing to stand up for something that you've been working on, creative project, some type of spiritual work, or just a belief that you have in general, I think is not standing up for yourself, your work in some way is translating into not having a victory that you would probably like to have or probably hoping for. Or, you know, if it's, you know, maybe you don't have the energy. The terms noted here on this particular version of the Seven of Fire, the Seven of Acorns, actually here. The terms noted are determination and stamina. So maybe it's literally a lack of energy, a lack of determination and stamina. Maybe a lack of commitment as well for some of you. But again, this is leading directly, I think, probably at present as this finds you, Pisces. Directly to this lack of recognition, feeling of losing some sort of battle, again having to do with a creative and or spiritual project for some of you. Just not seeing the rewards and recognitions that I again think you've been hoping for. But in your near future and in your ultimate outcome, for, again, I'd say probably the better part of your season. I see the word transition on both cards. We've got the transformation card in this deck, the death card in more traditional decks, and then the Six of Feathers. Both have transition as a key word here. So you are shifting out of that emotional and mental state. Some of you have been dealing with needing to shift and transition into a calmer, happier, more peaceful mental and or emotional space because you've been healing from something else in the root of the situation. Many of you are dealing with an Aquarius energy in particular, and or a water sign, another water sign, another Pisces like yourself, and or a Cancer or Scorpio. not standing up for yourself, your work. Maybe it means standing up to this person, as I just said, you know, one of those signs that we just mentioned, but it's also, not only is it leading to this lack of a victory, this lack of success, this lack of recognition and rewards, maybe just an outright, you know, failure to complete something as well, but also you're only doing that because I think a lot of you need to notice that that's only happening because you're not listening to your intuition. I feel like this message is a promise of security, with the Page of Crystals showing up on the bottom of the deck here for us. Is a message of security and really pointing you in the direction of what can expedite your progress. Some of you need to stop waiting on fate, destiny to do your work for you. You're sort of waiting for the timing to be right, and you just need to act, with these showing up as advice cards as well. The Wheel of Fortune and the Magician. Others of you, and even at the same time, need to stop being hard on yourself for missed opportunities, or times when you didn't follow through on this project in the past, perhaps because it simply wasn't time. Fate does have a hand in things, and at the same time it can't do our work for us, right? And also, again, listening to your intuition, Pisces, especially during your season, and just identifying as a Pisces energy in general, listening to your intuition at this time can truly expedite your progress, and start to address some of these security issues, especially if you're someone who's actually worried about your physical security as a result of this lack of success. If I don't sense that that's all of you, for a lot of you, it's, you know, it's just a matter of, like I said, not completing a project or some type of work, maybe even just self-development work on yourself, but some type of spiritual and or creative work. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you then have to be afraid for your security, but for others of you, you may be actually worried about your security. So, but like I said, I see transition in the future and the outcome, the near future and the outcome. Liberation, if you've been feeling stuck. Really quickly, we're going to grab just a couple of cards from the Rider-Waite, the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot. This other that we've been using is the SpirtSong Tarot. Information about all of the decks is in the description of the video, as well as information on my services and links and my email, etc. if you need a private reading. If the reading has resonated with you, if you find that it does, I do love to hear how it resonates, with whether you'd like to email, message, or leave me a comment. So you may have a Scorpio entering in the near future, some of you. And you may see your life specifically transitioning in terms of inviting a romantic partnership, or just some type of lengthy entanglement. It could be a business partnership, some type of partnership that could involve some type of contract that binds two together, that brings often two together to choose a new path that they weren't currently on. Or it could be a transformation that's happening in your life in the way of illuminating a part of yourself that is twin-like, Geminian-like. So a Gemini part of your chart that's coming to life, coming awake, coming to your understanding. I do see that this truth is about, or this transition ultimately ends up being about an insight, a truth that you learn about yourself, your life, maybe love, maybe this partnership here, but something that shifts your perspective. And so it really is it's a mental shift that as it begins. And I think a lot of it has to do with this here, ceasing waiting for fate and destiny to step in and hand you what you just need to start acting on, creating, willing into existence. Again, and also by listening to your intuition. And then that, that mental shift will then translate into a physical shift as well. One card quickly on the High Priestess in reverse as well. Some of you may have been like I said, you may have been feeling stuck to some extent, mentally, emotionally. So for some of you, it may be because of having wanted to resurrect something with someone that you really ought to just let go. Something that if you would listen to your intuition, you would know is not going to be resurrected, and instead the transformation that needs to happen is really a resurrection of you allowing one in yourself by focusing on yourself, right? And acting, willing things into existence again. And once you really apply this advice, expedite your progress through listening to your intuition and acting instead of waiting for a sort of miraculous opportunity to present itself, that's when you'll really be able to release that heartache and start attracting like-minded individuals and kindred spirits to you, Pisces, which is beautiful and exciting. And I'm so happy for you, and I love you, and I thank you for liking and subscribing. I hope that this offered some insight. I hope that it helped. Thank you for all contributions to Lunartics Tarot. Welcome, Lunartics. I hope you make wise choices for yourselves moving forward. I love you, and I will post another tarot fix for you very soon.